Shalom, shalom, it's the brother Mayim, and I want to give all honor and glorification to the Heavenly Father that created the heavens and the earth and everything therein. Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shah. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world calls God. Bahasham is the name of Yahweh Shah. It's the name of his only begotten Son, who the world calls Jesus Christ, who was coming back and saving the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that keep these laws, statutes, and commandments with the faith to the best of their ability. Right, and the title of this video is just going to be going into, remembering that the Most High chose you. I got like 3 precepts. It's not going to be long-winded. I just wanted to do a video to let brothers and sisters to remember that the Lord have chose you out of darkness, man. A lot of people come into this truth, and get lazy, think this truth is a job. Bro, you got to remember that the Lord could have left you in the world. You got to remember that if you endure in His truth, the Most High is going to give you every single thing that you ever wanted, plus things you can't even think about, So just think about that. Things you can't even fathom. You're going to get that if you endure. Let's get the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 2. And I actually, this really off the spirit because I wasn't going to go to this precept. But I just got to let brothers and sisters, remember this, man. This is what you're going to get, man. Everything that you're going through, it's worth it. You telling me it's not worth, having your own land, 10 plus cities? Even if the Lord give you 1 city, that's good. That's, you got a whole city. You literally have a whole city. I'm happy with whatever the Lord give me. I want the most that I can get, but whatever the Lord wants to give me, I'm happy with it. As long as I do the work and I endure, I'm happy with the Lord give me, man. I'm content with it. I just want to endure, and get those promises, and you should want to do the same thing. You should want to please the Lord. The Lord could have left you. He literally could have left you in the world. He could have left you dealing with wicked men and women. He could have left you not having no knowledge of yourself, not knowing your God, not knowing that you are Israelite, not knowing that you God's chosen people, So you got to be thankful and show the Lord that you're thankful. This truth, don't use this truth as it's like it's baggage, like it's weighing you down, right? Because the Lord, he'll give your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to somebody that's better than you, just like he did Saul. If you're not taking this truth seriously, you're not showing the Lord that you love him, it's somebody else that's better than you that's going to get your spot. That's like somebody giving you some money and you're not thankful for that money. You're like, okay, another $100 bill, another $20 bill. You want to act like that towards this money that I'm giving you and its riches. I'm going to give it to somebody else, who's going to be happy for it. Who's going to use it, who's going to take advantage of it, who's going to be grateful for having it. Grateful that I'm actually giving it to him. But nevertheless, let's get these precepts. Let's get the book. I said 1 Corinthians 2 and verse 9. It reads, but as it's written, I have not seen. It said, I have not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which God had prepared for them that love him. So you can't even have in your mind the things that the Lord have prepared for you, if you actually love him. And I bring this precept out a lot. And I'm going to always bring it out. If it come in my mind, I'm bringing it out. I could bring it out in every single video I do. I'm bringing that precept out just to remind you that the Lord has stuff for you that you can't even imagine. Things you can't even imagine, man. You might have a golden chariot, that could play whatever type of music you want to hear, without you even saying nothing. It just already know. And that's just an example. The Lord could. I can't even think. I don't even know what to say. He just can have so much stuff for you, But let's get it. Let's get the book of John chapter 15 and verse 16. Because the Lord, he have chosen you. He didn't bring you into the truth for no reason. You know, you got to pray for grace and mercy, because you don't want to be one of those brothers and sisters that come in this truth to be an example. You came in this truth because you thought it was a game. You came in this truth because you wanted some money. You came in this truth because you thought it was some type of trend. You was bored. You know, you wasn't in this thing in sincereness. Yeah, you got the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. The Lord gave it to you. But deep down inside, or deep down, you know, in the spirit, you know, you really was just an example. You know, you were just an example. And you didn't perceive that, you know, but the brothers and sisters that's sincere and doing everything they can to the best of their ability, they understand that the Lord gave them, you know, the spirit to understand. You were just an example, you know. So this is the book of John chapter 15 and 16. And you gotta really think about that. It's a lot of brothers that came in this thing, a lot of sisters that came in this thing to be an example. You know. So take this thing seriously, man. You know, serve the Lord with joyfulness and gladness of heart. Pray for that. You know. So this is the book of John chapter 15 and verse 16. It say, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit shall remain, that whatsoever you shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. So the Lord, he has chosen you, man. He has ordained you from the foundation of the earth. You know, from the world. You know, from times past to come into the truth, to bring forth fruit. You know. So that's mighty, man. Be happy and be joyful that you even know the Lord. You know. Because this is how you know the Lord. Let's get the book of 1 John. All right. So this is how you know the Lord. The book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 4. It say, he that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar, and the truth is not in him. But whoso keepeth his word, in him really is the love of God perfected. Hereby know we that we are in him. All right, so this is how you know the Lord. You by keeping his commandments. He's going to reveal certain things into you. You know. So keep these commandments, you know, and be as righteous and blameless and joyful as you possibly can. Because the Lord didn't have to give this to you. He could have gave it to somebody else close to you. And if you're not joyful in this thing, if you're not taking advantage of this thing, he's going to give it to somebody else. You know, this truth is, I'm happy to be in this truth, man. I just be sitting there thinking like, man, I'm really in this truth. The Lord really chose me to come into this truth, man. Lord willing, I endure. I just be so happy to be in this thing. I just be so happy to read and study, even though I don't be on fire as I want to, but I be trying. You know, I really try. And I just be so happy to even try. I be so happy to be in this battle, to show the Lord that I love him. You know, I love it. I love everything about the truth. And you should feel the same way. You should rejoice, you know, going through tribulation. Let's get the book of 2 Peter chapter 2 and 9. It's like, yeah, 1 Peter 2 and 9. It's the book of 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9 reads, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that you should shew forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. So the Lord said we are a chosen generation, man, a royal priesthood. You know, we're not like nobody else. You know, he called us out of that darkness into that light. We was in darkness, spiritual darkness. We was in wickedness, and the Lord called you out of that. You know, so that's mighty through the Spirit. You got to really think upon that. You know, you got to really examine yourself like 2 Corinthians 13:5. You know, examine yourself, you know, whether you be in the faith. You know, if you really understand, you got to pay attention to yourself and having your mind, am I really showing the Lord I love him? Am I really showing the Lord, you know, I'm thankful to be in his truth, that I'm joyful to be in his truth? This truth is fun. It's a lot to this truth. But you gotta be happy that you win this thing, man. You gotta really be happy. Let's get the book of Matthew chapter 13 and 13. And I'm gonna leave off, with this. It's the book of Matthew chapter 13, verse 13, and it reads, "Therefore speak I to them in the parables, because they seeing and see not, and hearing and hear not, neither do they understand." Right? Let me go down. It's like I'm gonna jump down to verse 6, but it say, "But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your eyes, Slacky. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, and they hear." So when we go back to verse 13, it say, "Therefore I speak I to them in the parables, because they see and see not, and hearing and they hear not, neither do they understand." Right? So the point of me bringing this out is because, the Lord can speak to people. The Lord speak to people, through us, right? And we speak through these parables, and these parables, they seem very easy to us, but they don't understand it, but we do. So the Lord said, "But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and for your ears, they hear." We hear and we understand what's going on in the world, what's going on in the scriptures, and how we can connect the scriptures with the world and what's going on today. Everybody don't get that. Everybody don't understand that, right? People just, when they hear this word, it go in one ear out the other ear. They can't perceive it. They can't understand it. So remember, he chose you and he blessed you to understand this. Take advantage of this truth, right? Shalom.